biggest misconceptions that I hear as a health coach is when a client comes to me and tells me that they just have a slow metabolism. However, the majority of people who come to me, it is the habits that are affecting their metabolism. And it's things within their control. And once you get that through your head and you realize your metabolism is a reflection of the habits that you can control and change, then you are going to be able to take back control of your health, of your weight loss, of muscle gain, of all the things you want to accomplish. But the first step is realizing your habits are affecting your metabolism. You change your habits, you change your metabolism. So let's go through the most common habits I see as a health coach that are slowing down your metabolism and what I tell my clients every day to fix them. And if you don't know me, I'm Megan. I have a master's of health and chronic disease, and I've been a certified personal trainer for over 15 years, and I help clients take back their energy, lose weight, build muscle, feel better, and ultimately accomplish the things they want to accomplish. So the first thing that is affecting your metabolism, that is slowing down your ability to lose body fat, is that you sit more than you think. And now, yes, a lot of us have to sit for work, but we need to offset that. And 1 hour workout a day or one 45-minute workout a day is not going to offset you being sedentary for 8+ hours a day. If you can, stand at your desk, get a walking desk, get up every hour, move your body, tell your body it's alive. Being sedentary is up there with stress, loneliness, cigarettes, you name it. It is not good for us. It's not good for our metabolism. And that workout does not offset being sedentary all day. So the solution, standing or a walking desk would be helpful, but also play with your kids. Go for walks after meals. Park farther away, clean, dance, move, walk, get your body moving, preferably outside. That helps with stress too, but just overall get moving. And what I like to tell clients to do is look at your trends, whether it's on an Oura Ring, an Apple Watch, your phone, a Whoop band, see what you're trending with steps. And there isn't, as much as we like to think, this magical number for everyone with steps and weight loss, but look at your steps. Where are they? Are they consistently at 6,000, 7,000? Great. Add 1,000 to 2,000 more steps a day. Easy fix right there. Walking after meals, moving more. And sometimes that's enough to just start encouraging your metabolism to work for you as opposed to against you. So move more throughout the day, increase your steps, and do it in an enjoyable way. All right. The second habit that I see, it's that you're not building enough muscle. You think that some Pilates, body weight yoga is going to get you the body you want. And that's not to sleep on Pilates or yoga. Those things are incredible. But when a client comes to me and shows me a picture of someone and says, I want to look like her, I say, okay, lift the weights. And this could be hard to hear, but building muscle is one of the best things you can do for your metabolism, for the way you want to look, for your mental health, and even longevity. And if it's something you're new to, I would hire the expert to help you gain that confidence, because weight training is one of the best things you can do for your metabolism. Muscle is metabolically active. It helps increase your metabolism at rest. The benefits of muscle cannot be overstated. And on top of that, strength training improves insulin sensitivity, which helps prevent diabetes. It helps to prevent certain chronic ailments, and it improves our metabolism and how we handle certain foods, even carbohydrates throughout the day. So build the muscle. I encourage lifting weights 2 to 4 times a week, utilizing compound movements. That means moves, exercises that work multiple muscles in the body, push-ups, pull-ups, rows, squats, deadlifts, plank holds. You want to get the most bang for your buck. You don't want to just be doing the bicep curls. You have to do the moves that move the most muscles in your body. That is going to improve your metabolism. That's going to get you to look the way you want. And it's also great for longevity, mental health. We need to challenge ourselves in the gym. We need to lift some weights. Okay. The third habit I see that's really making an impact negatively on our metabolism is that you're constantly dieting. I have men and women coming to me on what I would say is poverty calories, famine calories. And if you can afford to feed, fuel, nourish your body, I don't know why we're not doing that. You are slowing down your thyroid. You are hurting your hormones. And then your body is not going to build muscle. It's not going to burn fat. And you're probably going to have more belly fat than you like because you're in a constant stressed out state of being in extreme caloric restriction. And another scenario I see quite often is you are restricting yourself throughout the day, living on chicken and salad and broccoli and rice cakes and no healthy fat, not enough protein, not enough variety. So you're on 600, 700, 800 calories throughout the day. Then at night, what happens? You binge, you crave. I have a whole video about it. Please watch it. Subscribe if you want to know more. So you are setting yourself up for failure. And then I have someone who says, I probably only eat 1,200 calories a day. I have them track. They realize with binging at night, they're actually in a caloric surplus. And that's a whole nother issue that's not going to help out your body's ability to burn fat. So we need to find a nice balance here. I don't like extremely restrictive diets. It doesn't pan out. It doesn't last long term. Go into a mild caloric deficit. And if you don't know what that should look like for you, I always have a link to my call calendar in the description. If you want to know what it looks like to work with me and have me adjust your macros, your calories, your lifestyle, supplements, etc., reach out to me and let's talk. And that brings me to habit 4. And this is a big one. You have no idea what you're actually eating. Someone might walk me through their day, but they've never actually tracked and recorded their food. And if you don't track your food, how do you know what's going into your body? And then how do you know if it's working or not? Because I can put the best macro program together, but if someone doesn't track their food or keep track of it at least for a few weeks to know what they're eating, what portions look like, they are never going to hit the macros I want them to hit. So start tracking your food. Track it for 1 to 2 weeks. Use MyFitnessPal, Lose It, Chronometer. There's so much out there. But once you kind of get a ballpark of what you're taking in, you will know if your calories are too low, if they're too high, where your protein's at. Without tracking, you don't know what works or what doesn't. So start tracking now, and then you will understand your current caloric intake before you need to make changes. The 5th habit I see that's pretty common is that you're sleeping like trash. And sleep can ultimately make or break weight loss and muscle gain effort. So whether you're more on the weight loss train or you want to gain muscle or you just want to support longevity and prevent chronic health conditions, sleep has to come first. Sleep is where recovery happens. It's where hormones balance. It helps us take control of our cravings. It gives us the energy to work out. And this is huge because if your workouts are suffering, it's going to be very hard to reach your goals. If sleep affects cravings and hormones, it's going to be very hard to lose weight or build muscle. So start with sleep. And the first things that you should do is prioritize a consistent bedtime. Get to bed every night around the same time. That should look like 7 to 8 hours in bed. Cold, dark room. No doom scrolling an hour before you fall asleep. Wear your blue light blocking glasses. This is huge because that's going to impact how deep you sleep, melatonin production that winds you down, all of those things. So sleep matters more for your metabolism than almost anything else I'll talk about today. Truthfully, I cannot stress that enough because without sleep, you will not recover. You will not be able to perform in the exercise that you need to do. You will have cravings and you will self-sabotage. So get your sleep in check. And sleep bleeds into this next habit, which is you're stressed all the time and you don't have an outlet. And now stress, it's like death and taxes. We're all gonna have stress, and stress comes in seasons. There's times of really high stress, low stress, moderate stress. The most important thing to know is that you have to be able to handle your stress. And maybe this looks like meditation, reading, journaling, talking to a therapist. There's so many different things and ways to handle your stress. You have to find what's right for you, because when we are constantly stressed, you're gonna move less. You're going to sleep worse. Stress causes us to crave more sugars. We recover more slowly. We feel more fatigued. Times of chronic stress directly changes the behaviors that support a healthy metabolism. So you have to have what I call a stress toolkit. You have to know you can meditate, you can read, you can go to a yoga class, you could talk to a therapist. You need this tool so that in times of high stress, you know what to do so that you can really address it so it doesn't become this trickle-down effect that affects all of these other aspects of you and the habits you need to lose weight, gain muscle, insert health goal here. And the very last habit that I see that is affecting our metabolism in a negative way is you need to have a routine. Healthy people aren't constantly making perfect decisions. They aren't constantly motivated more than you are, but they build routines so that they don't have to make many decisions. And anybody who has decision fatigue knows how this is. You need to plan ahead for success, because if you don't, that's when other problems get in the way. That's when routine goes out the window. And that's also why I made a video exactly on how to be a morning workout person. And it wasn't this magical way where I just became a morning workout person. I had to work at it. I had to create my routine, and that routine started the day before. And that's what you need to do to have the metabolism you want. You need to build the routine. You need to go to bed at a consistent time, wake up at a consistent time, plan your meals ahead, schedule the workouts like appointments, pick the workouts you want to do, make sure you get to them, that they are non-negotiable, move your body, get outside. If you do these things, your metabolism is going to be phenomenal, but you have to build the habits that make healthy choices automatic. If you don't build those habits, if you don't make this routine non-negotiable, you are going to get in your own way. And it's as simple as that. And we have to remember that your metabolism isn't just one single thing. It's influenced by muscle mass, strength training, movement, nutrition, stress, sleep, and the habits that you repeat every single day. And the good news is you don't have to fix everything overnight. Take one thing from this video, whether it's sleep, whether it's eating enough, tracking your food, building out your routine for the week with workouts, your meal plan, etc. Pick one thing from this video and start it today, and then keep layering on. And that's how this works. And that's how my clients are so successful. They make small, consistent actions that always beat these extreme short-term changes that just don't last. You need to build the routine. You need to like what you're doing. You need to identify as someone who works with their metabolism, who encourages their metabolism, and then you're going to see change. And if you have trouble figuring out what that looks like, the sleep, the macros, the exercise, the stress, the supplements, other things that are going on like hormones and thyroid, reach out to me. There's always a link to my call calendar in the description. I love working one-on-one with clients to ultimately optimize their lifestyle to get the health goals they want, whether it's weight loss, muscle gain, longevity, hormone optimization. That is what I'm here for. Click my call calendar in the description. And if you like this video, subscribe for more.